Welcome to season 3, everybody. Happy New Year. If you're a salty emo, tired of the patriarchy, or just want to listen to us rant about books and anime and life, welcome.
Hello, welcome to Emo Girls Guide.
We are trying something new this season, so I'm pretty excited about it because we're just doing videos. Now you get to watch us.
Now you get to see our faces.
Yeah.
Weird.
You get to watch me in my PJs without makeup on or anything, and
yes, this is a safe space. You will see us natural. We're here, and if you want to just chill with us in our pajamas in our rooms,
it's like a sleepover, you know?
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. It's like a group of friends chilling,
sleepover book
out.
Club. How's it going?
It's going. Hello, everybody. I'm Dev. Welcome. We have some news for this season. So, start things off, just a quick note that we're moving our book club to Discord.
Yay!
We are trying to find a third space for book friends, and we tested out Fable. We didn't really like it. It wasn't for us. So, we're moving over to Discord. We've used it in the past, and it seems like it is a good place to have a lot of different discussions about a lot of different things. And so hopefully you join us there and you find some new book friends and you're able to talk about your current reads and our book club reads and
I was just going to say
music and TV and whatever else.
Moving to Discord will let us talk about more than just what we're reading for the book club that month. It'll let us talk about books in general and music and TV and just like hang out in general. So we just want to make new friends.
Yeah, we also are looking into like live streaming movies if we need to, like The Hunger Games or watching Percy Jackson together. So
I hope that's possible because that would be really cool.
It would be really fun. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully you can join us. We'll have a link to the Discord in our episode descriptions and then also on all of our social channels. So check it out, go to the website, but we hope to see you there.
If all goes according to plan, by the time this comes out, it will already be up. So you can find the link in the notes and in our bio and whatever.
Everywhere else.
Everywhere.
But on to the main topic of today's episode, which is December's book club read, which was The 12 Days of Smutmas by Dana LeeAnn. This was
what a ride. What a wild ride.
A random Kindle Unlimited read stumbled upon.
I feel the need to make a note to anyone who didn't know that we have a book club and they're like, oh, a Discord. And then they're like, 12 Days of Smutmas. We don't normally read shit like this all the time.
We did it for the holidays, okay?
we normally read like regular fantasy books and stuff, but we were like, let's go nuts for the holidays. And boy did we.
It was a tough year. 2023, like,
nuts,
really
pun intended,
smacked us around. We didn't want to think anymore. The holidays were crazy. We were like, you know what? We just need some smut. We just need something with no real plot. So that's what we did.
Success. We really
so the synopsis of this book is that it is 12 stories meant to be read one a day through
for
Christmas.
12 days.
Yeah, so you start 12 days before Christmas, you read one story a day.
They're super short.
They are very short. There's no plot. The author does do a good job of like denoting that in the beginning of her book. Like she really is a lot of trigger warnings, and she leaves a little label that says if you're looking for plot lines and if you're looking for detail and if you're looking for backstory, this is not the book for you. So going in, you know that the main purpose of her stories is just pure entertainment. Like this is what her goal was, which I appreciated. Yeah, I appreciate a self-aware person. So just know that that's what it is.
Yeah, she did a great job of giving you all of the warnings and stuff ahead of time. And I knew what I was going into when I started reading it. But wow, experiencing it is different.
Yes. And then I don't remember all of the trigger warnings. You're going to have to make sure you just check it if you do decide to check it out from Amazon. But I do know that there's like voyeurism. There's slight BDSM in there.
Yeah.
I don't even know what else
There's
to
a
throw out.
threesome, kind of.
There's like maybe some blood stuff going on because there's a vampire
Oh yeah,
story.
I liked that one.
I did too. I think that was my favorite one out of all of them.
That
I
one
don't know what that says about
story.
me.
I know that story finished, and I was like, I want the whole book. Give me the whole thing.
I
don't even know where to start.
There's a lot. I think maybe just one go through them one
I
at
made
a
a
time.
list. I went through all of the stories.
I'm
like,
glad you did
mind.
because I didn't. I just sped through them and I was like,
she has
a
list of each story on Amazon. So I looked at the title and I tried to remember. There was like one or two where I was like, I literally don't even remember what that's about.
My one thing is because I am a Virgo, right? And so my one complaint is that I do wish that there was a little more setup for some of these stories, like just slightly. Like I'm not talking that I need like a 30-page novella or whatever just to like talk about these characters having sex. I just wanted to know, like for the church one with the preacher's daughter and like the guy who's going after the other mob guy.
That was
like,
the wildest one
I just
for me.
wanted a little bit more background. Like, is the dude a detective? Is he the rival mob boss? Like, who is he? And then like the other mob boss that he's after, like why is he after? Like, I just wanted a little bit more detail. That's about it. Like, I didn't need much.
Let me set the scene, okay?
Slightly.
This story is about a guy who he's in church and he's trying to capture like a mob boss or something, or someone in the mob. We don't know if we don't know if he's in the FBI.
We don't know
if he's in the mafia, but he's after the specific person, and they're in church like on Christmas Eve at like Christmas Mass or whatever. But he's like, he can't do anything about the guy because he's surrounded by family. And also it feels important to note that on the way, he's in a Santa outfit, right? Because on the way to the church to get the guy, he like killed a guy in a Santa outfit and then took the outfit and put it on.
Yes.
To like disguise himself.
Yes.
And
that
then
did happen.
Somehow that leads to his, so like he puts a tracker on the guy's car and he's waiting for him to leave. So, to fill pass the time, he starts screwing around with the preacher's daughter in the preacher's office.
Yeah, and then the candy cane is involved. That's
oh my god, I cannot. That took me right out of it.
Candy cane that is placed
inserted in things.
Yeah,
I could not.
Inserted in and out, and
oh my god.
I couldn't get over the logistics of it. Like, you were like, that's a GTI waiting to happen. And I was like, it's too sticky. It's not
both. I was thinking both. That took me out of it immediately. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't understand what's happening, but I can be down with this. And then he got the candy cane. He started messing around with it. And I was like, no, I got so mad. You did not put that up there. Stop it.
Yep.
That's a yeast infection waiting to happen, my friend.
How
dare you?
I could have lived without that one. But the gingerbread baker guy one was really cute
That was so cute.
There are some cute ones. Just know that. There are like half of them are like cute and fun, and then the other half are like, what are you into?
The candy cane one up the vagina was the craziest one to me. That was
but
all of the other ones are like not that nuts. I mean, some of them are nuts, but in a fun way.
The two elves like doing it in Santa's workshop, and they're like, we can't do this here.
You talk about how you wanted more setup for some of these stories, which I agree with, but I wanted more of the ending for some of these. Like, I was invested in the two elves and their forbidden love. And then there's a part that cracked me the fuck up where they're like making out, and then I guess elves are not supposed to be with one another. It's forbidden. So then they're making out and they're like, but what about our devotion to Santa? We can't. He's like, fuck the devotion. And they like start screwing on the table. And I was like, what is happening? But I wanted to find out, like, do they end up together? Does Santa get pissed? I hope they made it.
I hope that they were able to retire happily from the workshop and live their lives. Who knows?
The first story, I was like, excellent first story, just banging hot Santa.
Yes. Easy.
Right out of the gate.
The one that I wanted more of is the mistletoe one, like with the Duke or whatever, where she's like, she goes away, and then he's like,
I was so mad when that one ended. I was like,
and there
what?
was nothing, and I was like, you have a freaking hot Duke here, ready to whisk you away.
I think.
I don't know. Was he a prince? He's some kind of royalty
or something. Yeah.
And that's it.
I thought we were gonna get some really amazing, like Bridgerton in the bushes action.
Yeah, in the snow underneath the mistletoe.
Yes.
And there was nothing. So if anybody has recommendations for that, like, let me know, because
please, yeah,
that one was cut too short. I also could have done less of the igloo story, like for going the opposite direction. I was like, that
one was weird.
Like,
she like didn't really like the guy. She's like, yeah, this is my boyfriend Chad or whatever his name is, and he's fine. He made an igloo for us to screw in, and then it happens and it's over. And I was like, what? That sounds so cold.
Yeah, it was. No, it was not fun. And then there was the Did we talk about the vampire one slightly? Like that one, I think was my favorite one.
That one was my favorite. I wanted a whole book of that one.
And the Vampire Lord it's like the day after, the night after his holiday party, and then there's like
she cuts herself and he smells her blood, and he's like, yeah, let's do this.
It's like, come with me, and he just like whisks her away to protect her from everybody else.
Guest house or something, yeah.
But then they end up.
Oh yeah, because they're at a party with vampires, and he's like, "You'll draw their attention." That was good. I like that one. And then at the end, he's like, "I'm never gonna let you go," or whatever he says, and I was like, "Give me more."
Yeah, and then it ended.
They were almost. Some of these were almost too good. Like I wanted more. The car one. There was one where this woman gets a car for Christmas from her rich boyfriend.
Oh, that's the voyeur
one. They end up screwing in front of all of their neighbors, and I was like, all right.
If that's your thing, which like it doesn't to me make a lot of sense, because I'm like, if you're that rich, you usually have like privacy around your house, even from your neighbors, so that way if you really wanted to like do it outside,
how close can you be?
Yeah, you could do it in the privacy of your own backyard.
You do whatever you want,
because you have gates and stuff like that.
Security.
But, like, okay. And apparently it wasn't like the first time it happened. Like, though that couple was known to just like put on a show.
Can you imagine, like, you walk outside and you're like, oh, they're fucking again. There they go.
Yeah. And then she thinks that they're watching because they're into it. And in the back of my head, I was like, I don't know. I don't think I would be like that. I'd probably be like, those are weirdos. Let's go back inside.
Like, what the fuck are they doing in their driveway?
Yeah. Or like, I'm gonna record this video to blackmail my rich neighbor for money. Like, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Can
guys.
I sue you?
Smart.
The second to last story, I finished this book yesterday. The second to last story, I was not in, like, it was fine, but it was long. That was like one of the longest ones. And it was about the one where she's visiting, her and her boyfriend are visiting his mother for the holidays, and then they end up screwing in front of the fireplace, and she's worried that the mom's gonna come down and catch them. It's like, this one is dragging on, and I'm like not that into it.
Yeah, and she keeps talking about like the super expensive.
He uses Garland to like choke her.
And then they stop and they're like,
and I kept looking around at our Garland, and I was like, I don't know if that would be a good. I don't think that would hold up.
It would be itchy. I would be so uncomfortable.
He uses it in her mouth so she like can't breathe or whatever, and I was like, ours has like tinsel on. I don't know. That would like not work.
Yeah, I don't know. That one, and then they just got up and they're like, let's go make hot chocolate. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I guess.
And then there's like creaking on the stairs, and she's like, oh my God. But that gets her off more. But anyway, I was like, was someone there? Like, I want to know what happened with the creaking on the stairs.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If you are into that kind of crazy stuff, it was fun. Like,
it was fun. I had a good time.
I read it, and I finished it in like a day and a half. I was like blowing through those stories.
Oh, you went really fast. In the beginning, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read one story a day, and then I didn't do that, and I just binged it in the end. But
I will say that I think even though they're meant to be like holiday Christmas centric, that if you start reading this in the beginning of January, hopefully when this is out, you still have a fun time, like reminiscing. It's still like
It's a good like
the tail end of your holiday season. You can finish off with a
yeah, a
bang,
winter read, if you will.
with 12 bangs if you want.
It's a good like if you need what's it? Palate cleanser. It's a good palate cleanser if you have
Yeah,
to
I
start
think
something
if
heavy or something.
you're trying to get ahead of your reading goal this year, like start
That's a
off with
quick
12
one.
days of Smutmas and you'll finish it in a day and then there you go. You're off to a great start and you get some good smut in there.
The threesome one. There's a threesome story too, and that one was really weird.
I was reading that in your notes and I can't remember
It's
what it is.
again, we have no context, so I don't know the like I don't know who these people are, but it's the woman and I think she's the boss, and then there's two
Oh, yes,
men
yes, yes. And they're
and they're
at
at
a
a
holiday party and she goes
yeah,
into
and
the
they
office.
go into the office and she's like, "It's the day that we've all been waiting for."
Yes,
And then
yes. And
they
one of them is
undress.
trying to get a promotion and she's like, if this goes
Is that what
well,
it was?
I think so, right? Like one of them wants to get a
I think
promotion.
yeah.
They both are interested in her, but I feel like I vaguely remember a
That was
promotion. I
one
don't know.
where like the logistics of what was going on didn't make sense to me because she was like doing something and then something else happens and I was like, that's not physically possible, I don't think.
You're like, I'm gonna need a drawing.
Yeah, can you illustrate this? And then like they kind of have sex and then it's over. And I don't know, it was very quick and weird. I thought that was gonna be like the longest one because it was a threesome and it was the last one, but then it was like 2 pages and it was over.
Yeah, and then it was done. I feel like it would make a good whole story, like if we had more, if somebody
I
had
could
like a
get into
plot to
that.
it, like the boss lady and like all of her
Yeah.
underlings are
I
like
liked
into
that she
her.
was the boss and then like they
Yeah,
were the two like I liked the dynamic, but I don't know, it was weird.
yeah. Well, if you're out there listening, somebody write that story for us and we'll read it
Or
and
tell
talk
us
about
about the
it.
ones that already exist.
But it has to be a girl boss. I don't want a man boss. I want a girl boss.
Please. I mean, man bosses are great and there's a time for those, but
Yeah,
give us a
time and a
woman.
place. um, in slightly related news, since we're wrapping up just, these 12 quick stories, I also did read a Krampus book at the end of last year, and it was actually kind of fun. Like,
I was
not
going
what
to
I'm
and then I
used to.
didn't, so I'm kind
Not
of
what I'm
jealous.
used to. It's by the same author that did The Milk
The milking
Farm.
farm, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh my god, she has a lot of stuff that I might I might like." So I went and I just like paused on my other books because last year I didn't read a lot, in case you're wondering. But it's called There Arose Such a Clatter, Tales from the Naughty List. And it's all Krampus stories, and it's the same Krampus. So you see him going to all of the little naughty ladies and,
Oh, that's kind of
punishing
cool.
them.
I like it's the
And
same
it like
guy.
circles back. Yeah, it's the same Krampus, and you get like he calls out memories from like previous stories and stuff like that. But each of them is a different story.
Oh, that's cool.
Um, so if you're looking for more holiday season reads just for the end of your vacation or to save up for next season, I'm also throwing that one in the ring. Hold on, I didn't even read who the author was. I think her name is CM
Sia.
Nacosta.
Okay. It's like it's a C.
C. Of course, it's loading and it's taking forever. Okay. Yeah, CM Nascosta, Nascosta. But yeah, both of these books I think for me were like average, solid 3, maybe a 2.5.
If I read a trashy romance book, a 3 is a pretty good rating.
Yeah,
For me.
there
If
was
I give it a
nothing.
4, if I give a really trashy romance book a 4, that's like a really great one.
Yeah, no, there was nothing glaringly bad about these, like that I could find. So solid 3 in my book. They were fun.
Mm-hmm.
I would they were quick, so if it's a quick read you're looking for, palette cleansing for all of the high fantasy and fantasy romance and whatever else I've been reading. So I was like, this is nice. I'm ready to jump back in. So
The 12 Days of Smutmas is the holiday book I read. So I can't contribute to this combo.
We will make it a point. We'll add it to our New Year's resolutions that we have more holiday content and holiday reads, some diversity.
I was so good about
That's not
Halloween.
just
Like, I started reading Halloween books so early, and I had it ready, and I didn't do that this time.
It's so hard. You need to start reading Halloween books like 3 months early in order to have
I
your list of
know.
what to read ready to go by October 1st. So I'm just moving on. We also didn't talk about what we're currently into, so I think that as a fun way to end this episode, we can just jump into like what we're up to, and also since it's episode 1 of season 3, like what's coming up, like a sneak peek of some stuff
Yeah, we can talk about our plans.
we're thinking of. So to start things off, I am reading Kingdom of the Cursed, which is book
Yeah.
2 in Kingdom of the Wicked series. I think that's what it's called. It's by Kerri Maniscalco, and I know that I'm behind the times. These books came out like 3 years ago, I think, 4 years ago, and I just never got into the hype, and I waited even though I have the special edition set sitting
To
on my
be
shelf.
fair, we were jaded by Stalking Jack the Ripper because we were that series just wasn't for us.
It wasn't, and not because it's YA either. It was because it's just Audrey Rose, I think that's her name, is not a very well-written character, in my opinion. I know a lot of people love that series. I'm just letting you know what I think. Like,
Yeah, I couldn't do
she
it.
was always like, I'm a detective, I am finding clues, I'm gonna solve this murder. But like, she needed help for everything, and she didn't do anything by herself. And at the end of the day, like, she was so shocked at who ended up being the villain in book 1. And I was like, girl, I figured this out after the first chapter. Like,
You did.
I seriously called the plot twist of book 1, and I think that's
Immediately.
why
You got it. You did it immediately.
I could not. I was like, I'm done with this. Like, it's so obvious. I knew who it was.
I
Sorry,
made it to
I
book
did not
2.
like.
Thomas, my love for Thomas carried me to book 2, and then I could not do it anymore because he's a real idiot in that book. And
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I'm good.
I read book 2 as well. I read book 2, and then they get on
Did you?
that
I can't
train,
remember.
right? Yes, that's the one with like the blood
That's the
tub
one with
scene,
the
right?
yeah. The
Yeah,
vibes were excellent, I will say, but no, I couldn't do it.
yeah. Thomas is great. Audrey Rose.
I feel like I know their whole trajectory. Like, I don't need to
Yeah,
read it.
Audrey Rose was not very self-aware. I'm sorry, girl.
No.
You should do some
But Kingdom
self-growth.
of the Wicked is. I read the first book.
Okay, yeah. So back to like circling back now. Everybody has been talking about Kingdom of the Wicked because Kerri Maniscalco is writing like the adult spin-off series. And so of course we're here for adult fantasy romance that involves the Princes of Hell. So I just, I needed to get on that. And so I binge read the first book in like 2.5 days, and it was so much better than Stalking Jack the Ripper. Like,
so much better.
Night and day. The
like
characters are better. Yeah. The vibes are better. The pacing of the book is just like 100% better. It's not slow. It's not too fast. Like, you learn enough stuff as you go. And it feels like a completely different author. Figure out the plot twist. It does. It's like completely different. And I'm on book 2, and let me just say, I was talking to Loretta about this earlier. There's spice in chapter 2 of this book. And it is not young adult spice. Like, these youths are getting like glimpses. I was like, if I read that at 16, I would be scandalized. Like,
I would be too.
I don't know. So...
My Twilight loving teenage ass would be like, whoa.
Stephenie Meyer's Mormon ideology in Twilight compared to, I was just like, wow, okay, where are your khaki skirts?
Where you been, Roca?
But it's good. I just like wasn't expecting it to be that spicy so quickly, and also it was so graphic.
Changes. I wonder if it changes from YA to new adult or something. Like,
I've heard that as the books go on, the spice gets more and more. But like, now that I'm thinking about it, I wish she would have just written the whole series as an adult series, because I think that it would have been, she would have had a lot more space for like a more detailed world, obviously, because you have more of that high fantasy, like, adult mentality going on. Yeah. Not that the youths can't comprehend it, but that's usually just like how things are written. and we would have gotten more smut. But that's what I'm reading, so just probably prepare for me to just make that my whole personality for the next month or so, because I bought the Barnes & Noble special edition of Throne of the Fallen because I had to have it match my colorful editions. So, and also they had the like 30% off sale
I got the
after
same one, yeah.
Christmas. So I
How can
bought
you not?
that.
There's like exclusive content and shit. How can you not?
Yeah, and I usually don't like bright colors, but it's actually really pretty. Like
I
it's
like
like
it.
a nice pink. I like the black, but I feel like I like the colorful ones a little bit better for these. I don't know
I
why.
agree too. Yeah, I got the box set when it was on sale once.
Yeah, so did I.
I have no
um
regrets.
so yes, I'm back in my reading era. Just know that I've
Yay!
put aside my Switch for now and all my other stuff and whatever
I
else
know
I've been binging.
I can't make myself pick up my Switch or I won't read it all.
Yeah,
I
and
can only
I'm
focus on one hobby at a time for some reason.
yes. And Percy Jackson just came out, so Loretta and I are planning to reread the first book and then rewatch the movie and rewatch the show and then give y'all a
We're talking
breakdown of all of the stuff, ins and outs.
we're talking about doing Percy Jackson and the Hunger Games. So if y'all have a preference, tell us. Tell us.
Yes, which one you want to go? Which one you want us to go through first? Because we
Hunger
will be doing the ballads of Songbirds and Snakes or
Yeah.
whatever that the prequel is called. Because we both watched the movie and we were both sold. We were
I was
done.
expecting to hate that movie. Well, not hate it, but I was like, this isn't going to be good. And then I watched it and it was awesome and I loved it.
Yeah, me too. The chokehold that
Yeah.
Coriolanus Snow, or however you say his name,
I'm
like
very confused. I have feelings and I don't understand them.
I know that we're supposed to hate him, and I do hate him, but it's like a I can change him kind of hate. Like I know how he ends up. I know he ends up bad, but like maybe somebody could have jumped in there.
If he was in love with me, it wouldn't be like that.
I like if somebody would have jumped in and filled the void, like maybe we wouldn't end up with all these like like
the little dev sized void in his heart.
but only when he's blonde. What Tom Blythe as a
Wild
brunette does not do it for me.
Looking up the actor just in normal everyday life was wild for me. What an experience.
I need him to bleach his hair or wear a blonde wig or something for the rest of his life.
Someone talk to that man and tell him.
So we'll be doing that. So like Loretta said, let us know if you have a preference of which one we do first, because we're deep diving. We're going to take notes. We're doing all of the Easter eggs that we can find, all of the differences, all of the similarities.
I'm pretty stoked.
Logan Lerman will forever be my Percy Jackson, but I know that the movie is not that good, but I wish, Logan Lerman had his time.
As that role was good, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was a good choice.
That's pretty much all they got right. But
yeah,
hey, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. If you want to hear more about my thoughts on Logan Lerman as Percy Jackson and anything else that's Rick Riordan related, will be here, because that series is very beloved to me. I have a lot of editions and I'm excited for those episodes. So
yeah, you have the cool editions.
Yeah, I have a lot. I have
like the special ones with the character illustrations on them, which I like.
Yes, I have the illustrated edition of The Lightning Thief. I have the cool paperback editions. I'm like looking at my shelf. And then I have the regular paperback, my beat up copies that I reread over and over again.
That's the one I have.
And then I have the hardcover copies from Juniper Books with like the cool blue spines. I have a lot.
Yes.
I have like 2 shelves of Rick Riordan chilling.
I mean,
so I'm prepared. I come prepared. I have all of my documentation ready to highlight and go through and annotate. I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
We also have author interviews coming up this season, so stick around. There may or may not be one coming up in January for a new YA release that we're really excited about. So
super excited.
Stay tuned for that. What else? I think that's all we have for at least the recent or the more short-term stuff we have coming up.
Yeah. I can't think of anything, I don't know. We're hoping to get into more like topical things, like just talking about like the book community at large, and
monthly updates if you're
yeah,
if you
news
hate keeping
updates,
track of all of the book talk,
drama.
bookstagram, book whatever drama, we're gonna try and attempt to keep track for you and do
I
some
feel like
monthly
I'm not on
updates.
the side of TikTok that has I'm not on the side of book talk that has the drama. So I need to sort of purposely find my way there. I don't know.
It somehow always finds me, but I feel like it's because I have friends who are on that side of the drama and not necessarily because I'm keeping track
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
like you're getting it third hand.
Yeah, but we're gonna, we're gonna keep track
We're
as
gonna do
best
our
we can.
best.
We're gonna have the fun stuff. We're gonna have the crazy stuff. We're gonna keep track of it for you so that way you can just come here and listen to us talk about
If there's
all
another
the
dick
things.
soap gate, we'll be on it.
Nothing will ever beat that for me. Like,
It
that
really
was a
won't. That was
highlight.
we really peaked right there.
Let's just go back. Let's just go back to that era of
I
the
know,
book
right?
community. That's when everybody was in their prime.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah. But anyway, that's it for us for this episode. So to recap, go read 12 Days of Smutmas. We enjoyed it. Krampus stories, great. We're gonna be on Discord soon. It'll probably be live if you're listening to this now. So go check us out on all of our social. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We have X, formerly known as Twitter, but we don't really use it. It's just there, just so
Because
that way we don't
it's
lose the
yeah.
handle. We're on Threads, Discord, everything
We're on
else.
everything.
We're there. Come
YouTube.
hang out with us. But yeah, we hope your day is filled with main character energy.
Main character energy.
Woo!